Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everybody. It is I, Gannon, your host, joined by my co-host, Dylan! Fuck you, Dylan!
What's up, everybody?
Okay, you're supposed to say fuck you, Gannon!
Fuck you, Gannon!
You, Dylan! Alright, anyways. Sorry, guys. Actually, today we're on a bit of a time constraint because me and Dylan are both very busy this week. I've been going at like what seems like 100 miles per hour this week, and Dylan has been spending some time with his girlfriend who lives out of town. So we've both been very busy, and that also means that we're kind of busy tonight. I'm going to try to do this chapter review in under 25 minutes. So with all that being said, don't really want to ramble today. We're just going to get right into it. Dylan,
hell yeah.
First off, this cover page is goated. Did you see?
Oh yeah, the Dendro with like the shrimp hair. Yes.
Yeah, dude, he's dreaming about eating the shrimp tempura, but when in reality he's nibbling on his hair next to this cool, kind of like mink-looking thing.
Yeah, and the cover request is by 420 Land.
Nice, 420 Land. Hell yeah, cool. That's a weed reference on the front of a One Piece chapter. Love that. Okay, we're back on top of the Skull Dome, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. I read this chapter, like, half awake in the morning. Dylan was pressing me to read this chapter. He loved it. He loved this chapter. Weirdly, guys, I don't know. Maybe it was just the fact that I've done mushrooms recently, and my dopamine has just been ripped away from my brain. But I don't know if I really felt all that excited about this chapter. And, well, maybe those feelings will maybe change, because this is, like, the second or third time I'm actually reading it. The Makami, dog fruit, is an incredibly valuable mythical zone. It was a mistake to let a wannabe Odin like you eat it. The Makami is Wano's guardian deity. Now it's your job to protect Wano. For me! And now, this is just... Go ahead.
Something I would like to say about this, too, that's really cool, right? And it's just Oda being Oda, is that the Makami, right? The mythical zone for Yamato's dog fruit, right? The actual, like, myth... I skimmed over this one page talking about it, right? But apparently the Makami is like a supposedly a dog that existed before but is now extinct, right? And, like, they were native to, or the Makami, it was like a spirit for the Yamato province in Japan. So it's just Oda doing Oda things with, how he ties things together, because it's Yamato is the user.
I wonder how many people actually got that right, if anybody really prominently guessed the Makami fruit. I mean,
I don't remember seeing anybody guess it.
If you went, dude, a lot of these like spirits and everything are really low key. Like, you'll try to Google Japanese spirits and mythology, and there'll just be some quick summaries that make you feel like they aren't even important in the grand scheme of things. I originally guessed the Inugami, which is a dog spirit, so I was pretty close.
You were pretty close.
I did not guess 100% right. I did not guess the Makami.
Yeah, you were close enough. Mythical dog.
I did guess that this was some form of Japanese mythical dog fruit. I just guessed the Inugami because, of course, we have the Kitsune fruit, and having a sister fruit to the Kitsune fruit is just something that would have totally made sense, and my guess wasn't too far off. But Dylan is really excited by Yamato's devil fruit. Well, for one thing, Yamato's devil fruit is just cracked. It's a mythical zone, and here's Kaido even, like, juicing it up, saying it's an incredibly valuable mythical zone. So, like, bro, all mythical zones, I'd assume, are valuable, but
he's saying this one
is incredibly valuable, so I'd assume that it's probably... I mean, if he's chatting this much shit about and he's juicing it up, Dylan, it's probably up there, I mean, with potential-wise, maybe even competing with things like the dragon fruit or the phoenix fruit.
Yeah.
Because
that's like the vibe I'm getting from it, and like, or at least from like how Kaido's talking about it, I would say.
Oh, for sure, Dylan. And you know what? Can I tell you something? Like, at this point, it is really exciting to see her do like this ice fire attack that we're about to see here in a second, and it looks really cool. And of course, it's amazing that she is like sparring with Kaido at all, because Kaido is just an absolute demon. Just goes to show you, for one thing, how strong and durable Yamato is, but also this fruit has got to be helping her a lot. And the most exciting thing about this fruit, Dylan, well, for one thing, this fruit is already got to be one of the greater mythical zones, because on top of it having every mythical fruit has its own individual ability, one that's like its main ability. Yeah. But then there are like those mythical fruits out there that are super cracked, that have multiple ones. So Marco not only has invincibility, but he could heal people in very efficient ways.
Kaido can just fucking send out elemental attacks like he doesn't care.
Yeah, dude, like not only does Kaido have the float fruit just packed into the dragon fruit, but he also has the ability to use this spectrum of elemental attacks, which is also the vibe that I'm getting from Yamato's fruit right here, because she does the Glacial Fang.
Yeah, and that's also on top of Kaido's fruit just having the dragon scales, which make him nigh invulnerable.
Oh, yeah. The dragon scales are said to be, like, harder than diamond, like one of the most hardest substances in One Piece, so they're crazy. It's just cracked. Are they harder than diamond?
I don't know. I definitely saw it been said it's harder than steel. I don't know about diamond. Though.
Okay. Because if it was harder than diamond, I feel like that'd be a little bit ridiculous, kind of like making it almost just...
I mean, I feel like I honestly feel like, though, with the combination of both his fruit and his haki, he could probably make it to where it is, in all honesty.
Dude,
I would like to think.
Yeah. I mean, bro, like, come on. If they've tried to execute Kaido in multiple different ways and they couldn't do it with, like, regular means, I mean, people have the ability to cut and etch diamond.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but they didn't have the ability to cut and etch Kaido.
Yeah.
So, like, there's that portion. I mean, diamond and the diamond fruit, I rep it. It's inherently cracked. But when you take the diamond fruit or you take the dragon fruit, and then on top of that, you take, like, Yonko Commander level haki and up, oh my god. And then not to mention, Dylan, Kaido's so fast that he can counter future sight.
And that's just on his own. Homie is insane.
Oh my god. He's such a great villain, dude. He's just everything I would have hoped for.
Mm-hmm.
Yamato does this really cool attack, and she says, no more chains, I'm going to open up this country, and she does the Divine Glacial Fang, which looks like kind of a flame plume attack, but because it's called Divine Glacial Fang, I would like to think that this is like a snow attack. That would be really
I feel
cool.
Like it is some sort of ice or snow attack.
Like a blizzardy ice attack, possibly to counter the blast breath, you know, just to, like, stop it. I'm not gonna let that happen, says Kaido. Blast breath. Don't push your luck. Huff, huff. Grrr.
All right, now real quickly, before we go on to the next, juiciness of this chapter, there's something very important that needs to be pointed out here. Is the fact that I also searched up the, like, spirit or whatever that Yamato's fruit is, and that dog spirit doesn't have any horns, or not that I could see. Right? But Yamato very clearly has horns protruding from her skull, like it is a part of her body.
Those don't look fake.
Which leads me to believe that this chapter basically confirmed to me that Kaido and Yamato are not humans. They can't be. Unless they have some sort of genetic modification that they got put on there, but come on.
Who does that?
Yeah.
That would make them almost horny for horns at that rate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Dylan, me and you have been long suspecting and long hoping that Kaido and Yamato are just not regular humans. Yeah. And on top of Kaido just being an absolutely cracked demon of a pirate, he's got, like, one of the most durable fruits, one of the greatest abilities. He can move faster than future sight permits. Like, he's insane. But on top of all this, he's just not a regular human. Like, he's got...
And on top of that,
more
like,
durable,
dude,
got better traits because he's some horned species.
On top of that, dude, Big Mom calls him a thing, right? Yeah. His epithet is the strongest creature, or beast, or it's not strongest human, it's strongest, like, living thing, right? Like, they don't say he's a human.
You gotta question whether that epithet completely comes from his devil fruit and just, like, his pirate group alone, right? Like, you could question whether
that is also true, but it just kind of...
You could question, no, for sure, Dylan, you could question whether part of that epithet just comes from the fact that he himself is not a human and he's just inherently a beast, because he's just some lost, probably, like, dying out minority species that barely exist in One Piece anymore, which is why we've only really seen him and his daughter with these really prominent protruding horns.
But something that I would also like to point out about what you said there with dying species, right, is that unless it wasn't mentioned by her, like, during this arc, Big Mom said that there's only, like, 3 species she doesn't have in like, Totland, and that's King species, whatever it is, the Giants, and I don't know if the other one, I think it might have been Birkins or something, like the Sky People, but let's just say...
Did she specifically, like, go through all of them?
Yes, she did. She said whatever species King is, She said she doesn't have giants, and she says she doesn't have Birkins, or I don't know if it was the Birkins, but I'm positive she actually goes through and says them, and leaves out whatever King's is.
I need to find this out.
But
yeah, Dylan, we're okay.
Yeah, I know.
Because we're on a time constraint.
Just saying, if that is true, that would mean that more of whatever Kaido is exists elsewhere, not just Kaido and Yamato.
Yeah, I would hope so. They're probably a bunch of bitches compared to Kaido, though. Mm-hmm. So anyways, yeah, the last thing I'll say about Yamato's fruit, and something that Dylan pointed out to me, like, I'll be honest, like, this is a pretty brief scuffle. The only thing that was really super cool out of this, I guess, is you get to see Yamato do an ice elemental attack, which is cool. Mm-hmm. And then also, Kaido implies that this is a cracked mythical zone, which just excites you. But the last thing I will mention, this is something that Dylan told me at work today, is that we've only seen her in her hybrid form, and we should very much be looking forward to seeing her in her full form. It's probably amazing. Mm-hmm. But yeah, just moving on from that, third floor, Great Banquet Hall. We are going to start the Robin fight, everybody. The actual title of 1020 was Robin versus Black Maria. And I think, the way the Robin fight is going is great, but also it's just like, no indication yet of armament haki, so I'm kind of frightened. Robin, over here! Mom! Professor Clover! Come closer, Robin! It's been a while! And dude, this is so fucked up. Not only is it her dead mom, not only is it like the dead, like, professor father figure that was murdered in front of her, but then there's Saul, a third person who was just murdered in front of her. I've been looking forward to seeing you! She. Why are you all here? And Robin starts to tear up. I've wanted to see you too. That's right. Same here. Look how big you've grown, Robin. And wow. I mean, I'm pretty sure that Robin doesn't fall for this shit at all. Yeah, she doesn't.
No, she doesn't.
I kind of knew from a mile away Robin's way too smart for this bullshit. Mm-hmm. Robin-san, don't get any closer. I know it's such a shame. Tres mano frisia. Bodies these illusions. These illusions were just merely some of...
One of them was the numbers.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of impressive.
Numbers, they're just regular, right?
They're like giants. They're huge.
Oh, there's a female numbers. I forgot about the numbers, right? I made a fucking video on them. I guess I just didn't expect to see, like, a female numbers like this. That's pretty cool. There's a hognose snake smile. That's cool. Hognose snakes, I remember from when I was really into reptiles. They're pretty cute. And a rat snake smile. So that's cool that they just have different species of snakes still. You should have given me a sign you were unaffected, Robin-san. How dare they mess with someone's memories like that? Yeah, no, it's honestly really fucked up. Like, you're not just going for memories. You're going for the deepest, darkest, most fucked up ones.
Yeah, like, no, the most fucked up one.
Yeah, no, the most fucked up ones. Like, Black Maria, like, gives no fucks. They got away! I can't believe Black Maria Thama's illusions didn't work on them. Wow. Are you kidding me? It's like this place is haunted. Yeah! Brook's outfit looks sensational right now. Brook and Robin look great just being chased by the absolute behemoth that is Black Maria. I cannot wait to see this fight animated, Dylan. It's going to be great. It's going to be so great, and Robin's going to be so hot, hopefully. Looks like you weren't affected either. I was adrift in that mist for 50 years. Of course I dreamt of my friends surviving. It always hurt when I imagined their faces. That's kind of okay, I did not remember reading this the first time around. Like, this is the first time I'm really noticing this, but this is kind of a fucked up, like, pretty decent note of Brook's backstory. I like it.
Yeah, he was just chilling, doing nothing.
Brook is one of my more favorite members of the crew. Like, I definitely put him over, like, Frankie and all the rest.
Yeah,
like,
I put Frankie over Brook. That's me. I love Frankie.
After listen, bro, like, I maybe would feel that way if Frankie's post-time skip design wasn't so, like...
It's not even for the design, it's just Frankie as who Frankie is. Just his personality and everything about him.
You're right, dude, you're right. But I am just I've always been so frustrated by his post-time skip design. I've never really liked it that much. I've always low-key preferred how he looked before the time skip. I don't like how his hair constantly changes into stupid things. I don't like how big and bulky he is. I really would at least like him to have his signature... his signature haircut. Like, he had it water 7. I feel like the fact that all that's been taken away is what's lacking from Frankie. I miss Frankie with, like, the shirt on, and I miss him having the haircut. I feel like Frankie's current design, too big, stupid, and bulky looking. He doesn't look like a human being. He actually just looks like a tank, and I don't like how his haircut changes constantly all the time. I've never liked it. And that's why I will always like Brook, because Brook just barely changes during the time skip. I think he grows like a couple centimeters. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's that strange weapon again. Wow! Frusod Wanyudo! And Wanyudo is a...
I thought this was cool. I thought this was cool.
I don't get it. He's a pug smile?
Basically, okay. So, it's a flaming wheel with a... I don't know, actually. I think the weapon ate a pug smile and turned into this. So this is another, like, weapon... weapon devil fruit type business here,
Dylan, can I... No, Dylan, I actually don't think that's it at all, because if you look at the panel right now...
You're right, it falls out. Okay. Wait, further down, the pug falls out of the weapon,
let me talk real quick.
Go on, I will.
Let me talk real quick. It shows the back of it, and I think that this is supposed to be a meme. I think that the pug fruit literally has nothing to do with the fires, has nothing to do with anything. The only thing that the pug smile has to do with this is that he's able to fit in the little circle. Because you can see it's just a giant human head on a little tiny pug body. So I think it's supposed to be a funny meme. I think
it definitely is. I don't think the pug actually adds anything to it.
Because I was looking at this and I was like, pug smile, how does that make any goddamn sense? And I didn't even realize it until I saw that little panel right there, the little pug's ass.
Yeah, no, it's just chilling.
Peeking out the back. So, yeah, I guess he's just, like, the thing is on fire, and that's what she does. So illusions don't sway you? I wonder if the illusions are an ability of Black Maria's, or if that's an ability of her spider fruit? Like, using pheromones and stuff? I don't know. But dreams do, right? After all, you're deluded enough to think you could win against Kaido-sama. I really like how Black Maria's boobs look when she's upside down. Brook looks awesome on all these panels. Look at him just jumping in his really cool fit. I love Brook so much. Oh my god. And this panel right here, I love the way the spider net panel looks with those limbs coming out. Mm-hmm. That looks great. I love Robin's fruit. It's one of the best well-designed fruits in the series. It's great. It's really so cool, and it's a great idea. Much appreciated. The whole floor is ablaze. If you keep this up, you're gonna burn down the entire castle. Are you worried about your enemies? That's rich. If you care so much, surrender and let us catch you, Nico Robin. Robin-san, can you hold me for a little longer? If that weapon is alive... Cold as shore!
Oh.
It's freezing!
Light work.
Dude.
Light work by Brook.
Dude, why the fuck is Brook so meta? Like... Brook is weirdly the character that ever since the time skip started, he just, like, goes in above and beyond. Like, I really didn't think Brook would be capable of detaching his soul and just, like, this is insanely cool what he's doing right now.
I know.
I'm sorry.
It is.
This is so baller. Like,
listen, Gannon.
I didn't expect him to be able to do this. This is so good.
It is.
Why is Brook so cracked? Like,
but
he always
what's crazy, though, about this, too, is that it's like he does two sick-ass things back-to-back in this chapter. Not only does he just cause the pug... He just does light work of the weapon, right? It's donezo now. Mm-hmm. But he then just, like further down, just nonchalantly... Sol Parado, ice burn, and just clears all the fire out, dude!
Bro, Brook is so good! He's so goddamn good! I don't care what people say, dude. Brook is so good, dude. Why is he so competent? Why was he the true MVP of Whole Cake?
He was.
People were like, Whole Cake, oh my god, Sanji arc, it's gonna be the year of Sanji. Bro, Sanji's getting dicked on by Virgo. Sanji's got daddy issues, and he's crying over a fucking 3-eyed girl that doesn't really love him. Brook is just a goat. He just shows up. And he, what, dude?
In Whole Cake, bro, he, like, basically 1v... Obviously, he gets his ass whooped, but he 1v1's Big Mom. Doesn't bat an eye to that, dude. Steals the poneglyphs, easy peasy, bro.
Dude, he's got a heart of steel. He's laser focused. Brook looks at a Yonko, and, like, I remember when that chapter came out, the whole community was, like, writing, like, art pieces of Brook in the grave. Like, people thought Brook was gonna fucking die. But he didn't. Brook didn't just not die. He survived and made it out with Big Mom's poneglyph when he was surrounded by Yonko commanders, her entire family, and then also herself. So, Brook is a goat, and you're right. They basically drop from the ceiling. Nico Robin lets go, and like Dylan said, Brook does the ice burn and just gets rid of all the fire. So Brook is an insanely awesome support character right now. And Dylan, remind me who you told me, because I was asking Dylan this. Brook leaves at the end of this chapter so Nico Robin can finish this fight alone. And then I asked Dylan... Yeah, okay. And then I asked Dylan, I was like, who the fuck is Brook gonna fight? And I was like, who's he gonna fight? Because he needs a 1v1 fight. And Dylan rightfully told me that Apu, he thought he was going to fight Apu, and I totally agree. I mean, Apu did get just no-diffed, one-slashed by Zoro, rightfully so, and he got back up afterwards because he's a supernova captain. He just gets back up, and you could see him in the panel later. He's just on the ground floor doing Apu things. So I think that there's been many instances in this arc, me and Dylan were talking, where characters will get completely dicked on, and then they come back to fight. So, like, Jack... And I think that that's definitely going to be what's happening between Brook and Apu.
I mean, it's just so perfect, dude. Musician versus musician, bro.
Mm-hmm. Like Brook, the soul musician, versus Apu, the dick musician that nobody likes, and his fruit is completely pussy. Apu is a pussy-ass character, bro.
Yes.
Like,
he's a pussy-ass character like Hawkins, bro.
I imagine a lot of people... maybe are disappointed with what Oda ended up doing with a lot of the supernovas. Do you think? Do you think the supernovas are underused? I don't think Beige was at all.
Half. Like Beige is fine. I think Drake is getting his justice this arc. Hawkins, dude, I'm upset with Hawkins because when at Sao Bodhi, when we were first seeing all the supernovas, I saw Hawkins. I'm like, oh, this dude's sick. He's like one of my favorite supernovas. And then we get to Wano, and then we just see him being a bitch.
He's the biggest bitch.
And then we have Apu also being a bitch. And then. Like, Arouge hasn't done anything. I'm hoping he does. Bonnie is 100% going to get... I'm positive Bonnie will eventually get fleshed out. Dude, there's no way she isn't.
Oh, dude, she's important. The reverie, bro. She's going to be one of the more cool ones. She's important. Fuck Arouge, by the way. I wouldn't wipe my ass with Arouge. I've never cared about that guy. Fuck him.
I think he's cool. Killer... I've seen some funny theories about Killer dying. To boost Kid and his growth. Kid... I think Kid's getting fleshed out well. Law's gotten fleshed out well. So I feel like it's half and half with them, honestly.
Yeah, I guess I'm more so talking literally just about Hawkins and Apu. Yeah. Because they're just the biggest bitches of this arc, and they really have done nothing besides, being a tool, a punching bag for other cool characters to shine. So yeah. All of Onigashima heard that laughing stock, and Blackleg has your crew's second highest bounty. That should tell you something. Yo ho 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 ho! Sanji-san is truly extraordinary. Robin-san, I'd assume that you'd like to take it from here.
Yes.
Thanks. Yes. I appreciate it, Brook. You can leave the rest of these night demons to me, even though I'm scared of ghosts. Yo ho ho ho! Amazing.
Real quickly, amazing. Something I'd like to say. I was always wondering, like, okay, if we're gonna get the true Robin Black Maria 1v1v1, I was like, how is Brook gonna get distracted? What's gonna sidetrack him? But it made me so happy reading through this, where he just says, you got it. I'm gonna go do something else. Have fun. It's just, made me so happy.
Also, another thing, Dylan, is like you when you see how this fight ends this chapter, you start to realize that we're getting at least a whole other chapter.
No, easily.
This is going to be one of the more goated fights. I think.
with Husu and Sasaki, those are kind of up in the air. They could be over, they could not be. But this one, we're 100% going to get more of it. 100%.
Did I strike a nerve? Not at all. He's a kind soul, and you'll never understand just how much it means for him to rely on me. He's one of the wings that allow the Pirate King to soar. Giganto Flare! So this is the most exciting part, obviously, Dylan, because
we're gonna get two giant, big titty bitches fighting each other.
Yeah, like, Robin has always been able to manifest very large limbs, and we know that Robin has been able to manifest body doubles of herself to literally make her invincible and be able to just teleport and do crazy things. But now it's being alluded that Robin is capable of spawning a Megazord version of herself, in which she's going to probably use to box Black Maria. The thing is, though, Dylan, I am willing to bet one of my, like, unusable diabetic kidneys that Nico Robin is going to get armament haki by the time they find the One Piece. I am, like, the way that I'm seeing this play out, I'm going to be really disappointed if Robin doesn't get armament haki here. So, like, is her power-up and her, like, her fighting thing that she's going to use this time around is just going to be like her giant forms, and the Megazord is cool and it's exciting. Okay. I can't wait to see it, Dylan.
Something I would like to say real quick.
Bro, it's kind of scaring me.
Something to not necessarily keep you from getting scared, but something to make you maybe more okay with that if that passes to be reality, is that maybe, just maybe, you don't really need armament haki to survive, because we see, like, Frankie, he doesn't have armament haki, and he's doing pretty well with Sasaki. We see Nami, she's
Frankie's
doing well
with guns. They've got guns. Robin doesn't have any guns.
That is true, but maybe just a giant version of herself is enough, is what I'm trying to say. All I'm trying to say, I still think she'll get it, but I'm saying if it were to come to pass she doesn't, I feel like it'd be also pretty cool to see that, like, hey, you don't really need armament haki to, like, survive, you know?
Fuck that, Dylan. Fuck that, Dylan. Nah, fuck that. You actually do need armament haki to survive in the New World, which is the frustrating thing.
You need armament haki to excel in the New World,
I think...
Because we have somebody like Kid, he didn't have armament haki going into the New World, and he's fine.
Kid?
Kid did not have
Kid.
Yes, he did not have a lick of hot. He didn't have it at Saobodi, and he went straight from Saobodi to the New World. He didn't have a lick of hockey.
Well, he probably got it, like, as soon as he got to the New World.
All I'm saying is that he survived, and he was able to make it through.
Dylan, again, because we do need to wrap this up soon. But all I'll say is that, listen, Robin is going to get armament haki. It's only a matter of time. It's just like, if they don't do it in this fight, then they're going to do it in the final war arc, and I'm just going to be salty that I'm going to have to wait that long. That's the only thing. So, and then another thing that's a little bit ridiculous about this is that Black Maria is a Toby Roppo. Like, dude, she's one of their top commanders besides their actual top commanders. The Toby Roppo are insane. They all should be able to use, like, all three forms of haki minimum, like base observation, well, not all three, but, you know, base observation and base armament.
Yes, they all have
and
conquers.
It's weird if Robin is just literally going to beat the shit out of an armament haki, like, commander like this without her at least having it herself. So I know I'm not going to see it in this chapter, dude. Like, it's probably maybe going to be the big reveal next time, but I just hope we do get it in Wano. And
I do. I hope we get it, too. It would be so cool to see her get armament haki. It's like needed in my eyes.
It's needed. I'm so thirsty for it more than any of the Straw Hat power-ups. Like, I just need it. I'm almost more thirsty for it than like Luffy's next power-up at this point. Just because I know Luffy's next power-up is coming, but I don't know if this is coming. I'm like almost salivating for it. But yeah. Anyways, we're moving on from the Nico Robin because we got to finish this review. You found him underwater. That has to be a miracle. We heard something, so it's actually pretty convenient that Shinobu and Momonosuke have made their way to Luffy this season. Luffy, I'm glad you're really alive. You fell down there just like we did. Shinobu's kite allowed us to escape from Kaido. But Luffy, Kinemon, and Kiku, they right in front of me, This isn't the time for that! You're in charge! You can cry when it's over. Which is just like, bro, Luffy always has these moments where he, like, gets that the situation is serious and you gotta, like, keep going. A good example of this is when he had to punch Vivi in the face and explain to her that this is war and people are going to die. I think this is one of the best scenes in One Piece, and this is almost a little bit reflective of that. Luffy is a great leader and a great captain because when it's serious, he knows. Like, he can, like, give in commands. He's like, you're in charge. You cry
like, buck up, stop crying, stop being a bitch.
Like, bro, you literally watched your entire friends and family get murdered in front of you, but you literally don't have time to cry. We've still got to blow Kaido away. And then Shinobu's like, Luffy, Taru, how can you be so harsh? Which is probably like the same thing I remember they said about Luffy last time. I won't lose this time, huh? Isn't that... Okay, I'm kind of super excited to be seeing Caribou. Isn't that Straw Hat? I thought he was fighting. I just need more meat! Okay, I guess I'll look for some. If he doesn't pull this off, I'll never get to leave this country. Come on, get it together. Bro, he better have some meat in that swamp pocket of his. He better have some meat. That's all I'm going to say. Oh, and Momo, you're going to take me up there to finish this, huh? I need you to transform into a dragon and fly. Chapter 10:20 end. Okay, because we really do need to wrap this up like in the next couple minutes here. The only thing I'll say about this, okay, because I'm really excited to see Caribou. I actually really like him from just every time I've seen him in the story, and his cover story is insane and it's really good. Second, Caribou, I assume, is going to give Luffy food because he has a pocket dimension. It's like a added power of his fruit. Last thing I'm going to say. It's basically finally being confirmed that we're going to get a poetic ending where Momonosuke is going to witness Kaido be defeated, and he's going to be like assisting directly in some way. But that's all I'll say. Dylan, do you have anything that you want to say before we wrap it up?
I mean, I think it's pretty obvious, and I already have my answer to this, but just yes or no, is Luffy beating Kaido next round?
I mean, he has to, right?
I mean, yeah.
He has to, or the Straw Hats die and the story ends.
I mean, yeah.
You think he's gonna lose again?
No. Like I said, I think he will. No, I think he will. But I'm just saying there are some people who would think otherwise. Is all.
I'll be real with you, dude. Luffy might get his ass kicked again, but he's not gonna let himself fall off the island. No, I feel like he might even get his ass kicked again, dude. But he's just gonna like go like Aang Avatar like Pirate King level on it and just not let himself be beat. Like, I feel like this is going to be one of those... You remember how Luffy was, like, giving his all in the Rob Lucci fight to the point where at the end he actually couldn't move?
No, yeah, he was immobile.
Like, this is going to be, like, that times 3. Like, Luffy is actually going to be, like, halfway into the grave by the time this is over. Like, it's... Like, remember how, it took his all to not even defeat Katakuri? Like, he didn't defeat Katakuri.
He just knocked him out for a few seconds.
Like, it's going to be one of those moments, Dylan, I think, where, like... It's like, imagine if the Katakuri... fight like just kept on going, like it had to keep on going, like like they didn't respect each other and they just had to keep on fighting to the death. Like I feel like maybe that's what it's going to be like. But Luffy might get his ass kicked, but all I'll tell you is that Luffy's not going to fall off and he's not going to get rerouted again. He's going to go up to the roof, he might get his ass kicked, but he's going to settle things on the roof this time around.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, with all that being said, I'm going to give this chapter a good 7.5 out of 10. Just because it's too good to be a 7. And I don't want to give it an 8 or a 9 because I feel like there's going to be chapters that are coming after this that are just going to be a continuation of this chapter that are just going to be like 5 times better. So for all those reasons, I got to appropriately give it a 7.5. It is a good chapter, great chapter. Liked a lot of things that happened in it. But really,
would you say it's you like it more your second read through than your first, or not at all?
I definitely liked it more my second read-through, but Dylan, it's just at the same time, this is a lot of exposition. Like, this is just a lot of build-up for things. It's not the actual, like, bread and butter. Like,
no, it's not the bread and butter. No.
So for all those reasons, like, I'm not dissing this chapter. It's not a bad chapter at all, but I gotta give it a 7.5. What about you, Dylan?
I'll give it an 8.25.
8.25.
Yes.
Okay.
I was gonna give it an 8.5, but you are right. It is only an exposition, but I still loved it regardless. This is one of my
You always gotta remind yourself you gotta save like those last couple points for the real.
That is true.
Real go-to chapters. But with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I know it was a quick one today. We did it as fast as we could because we are actually really busy tonight, and I gotta get this video out tomorrow. But with all that being said, thank you so much again, Dylan, for being here.
Of course.
Thank you, everybody, for viewing. Again, if you're enjoying the content on the channel, I'd be very flattered if you were to subscribe. I am really trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, so anything helps. If you like the video, be sure to slap a like on it. If you want to talk to us about anything going on in One Piece or anything going on in this chapter, leave it down in the comments below. I will be sure to get back to you if your comment is legible. And with all that being said, we're going to have to see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Goodbye.